no sian boade mama me mamunyina adwo me wakwa abado Adom TV kase so ena nwumre nsamasie na braso sa woti bi esa Adom kase nsam no doso na yetodwa wo mu bi a wo betini Ghana Water Company mpanimfo ebontre ne senkebe ye nsuo buo yentumu ma won yede mu nsam no ebebramo yebekọ Boase Divisional Police Command won mo ache konfo wonya mfie donu baako so no de amusie no otutu enipati konkura yede mu nsam so ebeba esuku mofra na nko wo ko school na wo covid ni mu onyanyem yetena fie no ne ade no wo afọ ho afọ mba hye school ase eno ne nsem bi apomodin adwadie agokansie obi man so ne ene gidie wom na mede bro Adom TV kase Facebook/Adom TV kase no ho like a comment na share Go TV 176 DSTV 280 midin afia amankwa tamaklo Mwakwa bayada so ajatu Adom TV kasi afen samni chemu ankasa eni Boase Divisional Police ache okonfo a wonye mfie donu baako ni nyina ne se ono de okọ eye enyinam amusie ye ho no okotutu ni pati konkura emu nsam Adom TV kasi etoso
Adom kasi e dia fo be piemu awo Boase Divisional Headquarters de be piemu ha nyina ene se yenya ntie se emratie mienu bi akopiemu ewo Sabdona aye enyinam asieye etu aye enna ema police fo ana omo anodo Ashanti patrol team no apate baako na baako de wode ne ho akenura eno ene be piemu ewo aye police station ha ene divisional commander ebe di nkomo na ebisa commander se de niam ena omo hu ye ewo abrantie no eho
eno am say yam ena AGA special operations for no amu ye police fo a omo wo AGA no omo ko foot patrols na omo ko pie wo Sabdona cemetery ewo enyinam Boase enyinam domo duwo no mo ho mema mienu bi a omo so omo tu ena enti omo ko pie omo so no a omo se ba kukura kutuku omo twie mu no omo se ye nipa dompe egu na egu na omo ye se omo chi no ono omo ntokwa na aposifo no timi o papa wa no chi no de ba Boase Divisional Headquarters ye pa ye no be talk court so minute esa friend na no say bun so onye 21 years o say o ye binsini di do pena ga di go ye di ma
yeri tiba mo fodi bi so ebedi nkomo na ye bisa won so se dia sie adi asem na omo so wo eka efa eho
sa na ma na metiti am fact ya na ebomi hu emame yam hyehye me pa nti ye besre aban se omomoden na sa na ma na ekoso onsi anu ma na enkankan sa nkrofo ye omo TV so ye se ye fro omo okotu
ye se metukra na abomi mepon adwuma na mekokra na misuro se menko amenam na sa odo bansu ko school so a aya na wusuro sa abofra no eko school nti ebi ho kwa na awofo no muntimi enko baabia because of akunkunkum nti ana sa 21 years na wakwa akotufunu no me de ma adwene kire me so de kwaji schedule na me chene se nemmabunu na ya ba ne yem page ma because 21 years die esi de na okotufunu na ze schedule no yeden okwa akwaji nti me de me meka ne se nka aban hwe na omma youth ne adwuma
midin ade Isaac K nomanyo Adom kase
Mayenkwa abisim ewo bono mantam no emo beto dwa na no da se abamu mfie donu enwotwe ono de nkwada no wo kunkum wo mu de wo hyehye fridge no ne ade ene bebe pie mu ewo eye court baako ewo Nkraha Kaneshi District Court emewi akire eye prosecutor wo twetweje ensem no se yakopa pa nkra na mu no ama ho nsem wo mu hwe animo se de beko AG office na mu nkyemu abanti de besie no eno so wo mu de ba beto court no nim de court so wo ho Adom kase etwaso
Ana Richard apia wanya mfie adunu wotwe ya wonum esusu se wono na wokum enkoda mienu ewo abesim ewo bunu mantem mu no osan ede ne kogina Kaneshi Mensini Court ebra etosu mienu na bra wonum ekọ court honom no na prosecutor ne din any Chief Inspector Lawrence Anane ede to court no animu se wonum papa enkoda mienu no ehu ne nam support nam so ma wo hwere won kwa ya e kana postmortem no wonum aye awie wokoso ade to dase wonum otwen medical officer no amane de full examination report no ababeto wonum wanim se ne be ya wonum enso betumi de duplicate docket no e de akọ attorney general asoye ama na kire wonum anamon wan sese wonum etubi ne senti no prosecutor net to sere court no se anka wontu asetena no enhye da foforo se ne be ya wonum betimi aboabo won ho e de won krata no ababeto court no ani magistrate judge wotena adwam ya ne din ene her worship ama Adom akokwache etie prosecutor no ewieye no ena wo hye se ure ya wosusu se wadi sa nipa bonefo semi wonfa ne nkwokyere apolisifo kukumu na wotwemienu enka ho.
Overseer ya warena da Glorious World Power Ministry International Reverend Usu Bempa ene court amani bill na de ntiba okogina mu wo court a yamani bill ni nyina gina sana na agrada eye Patricia Odro Cranton a obon trene obekunum ni ade ehun kwadubo ene nam so amenne yekopie court mu no yamani bill Adom kase etwaso
for Bekaya enche bia na General Overseer Edema Glorious Word Power Ministry International Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa ekopie mu ewo Accra Circuit Court ama ekodi ne nsem na bra court na eba na wiye no na oloye ni edema osofo gari ni mako na ohwehwe bill ede ama ne client nanso no ekowie mu no womo entime enya bill na we na court na ehye se womo nsanfa Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa ensanfa nko aposifo asoye eno achie no eba beto dwa se osofo panin ayareye ede kopie mu ewo aposifo ayare sabia ewo enkran efri ho na ne lawyer gari ni mako ede koto Accra High Court enim se womo enhwe na womo ma Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa ebel nanumu na court yi atenas agiatum ama osofo panin bill 200,000 Ghana cedis na wonfa enipa mienu so emaginem na se koba ne se odwane a sa enipa mienu womo achiomo atum.
Yeshe ni mo se don hwe aduanan enwotwe de nkroto ahodo aduo no 20 communities one crying west and Accra west no womo ebenya nsuo ewo wafiafia ahodo mu wei sanitation minister Cecilia Benapa someone wode eltu Jeffrey se esiesi adwuma womo ye wo Weja water treatment plant no penifo wie nti se de tie bia won ekwa hohia mu ewo nsuo mu no enche wonsa ebeka
Brow swafo a wohwe nsuwansuwa ene ahonidie ho nsam so wo Ghana hanom Cecilia Benapa ede aprobo ekopie mu ewo Accra West a ewo Weja ene odi nsem bi eto Adom kase enmu se na nsem honom biaya a wobu enso ema omanfo nya bide ye wonade no esan se na wo beye nsiesie de wo honom nti watutu mu na nso sesi ada adwuma a wo ye no wawi anesa we inti wo hye omanfo ina abose eye enamienu echi no obebie enso wo honom amona wo hia enso wo honom no wanya bi ede ayede ode beye.
They are encasing to make sure there's no leakage, but permanently to weld it take 1 week. But when they finish with the encasing, the pumps company puts on work. That has nothing to do with the supply of water. 24, 48 maximum.
Wakase wiye ena Clifford Brima ono ena Wadagana Water Company adwuma ekuo no ano a wode oswafo ekọ aprobo wo honom ede ne de bi eka saa ensemi ho se sesi ada wawie adwuma ne de wo hwe ne mu se obetimi ama omanfo nsu no ho atomo.
With the little water that we have, no increase in volumes in Accra so far. But from 2017 now, we have increased the coverage like Kobenya.
Yes.
Those places didn't have water. But we've extended water there. So the one that you were supposed to use, we have to share with them. We'll finish with work on the rehabilitation of Weja. We want to get another one from Aveime into the industrial area so that we'll take off industries from the main line that is coming from Pong.
Wasan edi ensembi etu da se esan enfidie ene enema hodo de yensiesie akɔhwonti no wo monso ehwe ne mu se eye asoye a wo hwe ensuo eho ka ensam so wo betutu ensuo mu.
We were at a loss because in some places where you used to use about 5 bags of aluminium sulfate alum, you are using 10. And so and this kind of chemicals are not manufactured in Ghana. They are manufactured outside Ghana. So, and the way the CD is depreciating, that is how your cost will go up because we collect the tariff from you in CDs. So these are all challenges. And once the turbidity becomes better, it's better for Ghana Water Company because the expenditure will go down.
Adom TV kase na obi social no me nto aso monwura nsam foforo mu na nsam so a adehia womwa adenta mensino emu titru nkroto mienu snake flat ho ene opoti kop one more fast de kokwo ofia hudo mu no sansem so no abu ade agumo ntimpanifo ene adehia te one more strempanifo senke ne manimi ya umedi hu dwuma ma won sebe ya wakobadie e wo sansem so no ebekwanim
muhui ewo mfonimu eyensamso a adaho ache a womanfo a womo wompatem ho ena keka anua ebom edi sisa ensamso yi nanso so ensamso yi ebi ebubu ama sese de wonam so a ehu pa Adom TV ensanchoni kwame enum a okopie mu okpoti kope ewo adenta empatem ho bebi no ewo mo enchirechire mu
ensamso yi anase footbridge Abuama nkrofo a mo free ebiadenta Senate flat eko oyarfa oyibi anase dodo a mpesa mo kofa ka o main road no so no aha na mo fa titru school fo anase school nkola me ba hanom within 10 minutes nkrofo mbefa ha no na mo bro be se 20 a part se population efa na mo do so pa nanso no areho sem ne se bridge na ebubuyi already ndua na mo de ye ene na wodi a wote ye pa kire se omo honden omubobo muskan kakra sanse sensio to a ayire ma omo ba no anaso omo kono omo nya kwanfa enti no moye ene nsio ahyase se to anasa to anisa bridge ya bubu omo fa so se ehu omo soro nanso ma twempanimfo adwena seso imprembebre hwemae ohwa ndian na abubu oso a school fo na se school kola mo fa so bi ene mo twetwe nkomo se omoyem hihye mo pa
asukufo bi a won wo mpatem ho a wo mutafa ensamso esu ebi ni Adom TV atwetwe nkomo
slow na me yam hihye me se bi ametimi ato
but still how fast
because I was say fast because I'm fine hanum no say fine be betimi ato for mo ntina na me fa
na me ye hihye me se meto
na still fast what dem say
this one say
the only way to cross this way or the river, but if you pass it, maybe you can fall. So I passed there. I'm expecting the government to make a new one for us.
And which no, omanfo a won patem ho bi so ene Adom TV atwetwe nkomo.
Since they are very very dangerous. Even boards no say mahwa. Boards no bi wo krampo na o di o nansi sukra no timi say wan hwe ni na ebugu mu a obepira. And I'm for a far, but we do a bit my how. But in soon tossia, send and soon fee a chiro air bano. Me donya me untimin crossy, wa untimi, because do nice him chronotim say then. Tuna.
Me yamish me power bridge no. Because it's in Colomco school or Mofaha. A company for no crampanka made them family home. Because the bridge no, Friday no by ye no, a buoy no, minimum for your henny a gada in a ye. Second one so ya na ye enti atoso me ensa na asisi say adan ya browse mpani fo baye man
ya nkase na ya na ya bubom kakrakra na ya ne nan to ho no ba sesi ansuo no kura aba no kura no fa so no mu kura na ya nimbebi kura ya fa nkusuku kwala no kura na ya ombatwem no kura no omu nimbebi kura se jeja wo musan coffee
Municipal Chief Executive Ewa Denta Daniel Alexander Ninoy editor Adom TV Centroni enim say na wo mo ehwe enim say engineer ebeko bebia ensamsoe ewo na wakohwe ama wona aye samsoe foforo enchebia.
It's a wooden bridge. It's been there for a very long time. And we noticed, I think the engineer, myself, and a few other officers went there just about a week or two ago when it got to our attention. We've looked at it, the engineer has assessed it, and work is going to start on that pretty soon. It wasn't something that we were aware of, that it had broken down the way it had. You see that there's a lot of erosion around some of this thing, so it's widened around there and made the thing short. It's been there, that bridge has been there for more than 30 years. It will be a wooden structure but firmer, because we are looking at certain things that will make it healthy. Where it is, we would have wished that we could do something fantastic, but for now, I think what is important is to make it very operational in the short term.
Adom Kasiana Augusto Shannon Samno Dawson ya ubeti bie ene enkwada fufefro na ne wawafo ho afo ma esan eko school mu no ye de mu nsam beba ne nsam ahodo bi akachiri twen sisia
edumiensa edi
Adom kase na oguso ehwe no Facebook/Adom TV kase no wo ho miento so ne mu ngra yensan foforo emu na waye kempanifo ayensan twefo nhia mu na wo masem nyina ne se ne social media no edi won mawu ade achie bia no ensohwe ho nkrata se edi ahim ewo social media hodo so itichu no WhatsApp a wonim so asende ama afia so be wi akire na ne na wo mu hunu osuku ni bi no wakire no anase teacher ni bi ebi se yen hyeda hunu osomasia no benten no a oye sade no emu nsam Adom TV kase etwaso
Esukufo awo entwaso suku egusu ada etro ensohwe na waye kadwumayefo no aye ensentwofo nhyiam a wode nsem bi etuja se ekamia ye se abefo ntentan ha omopa esanse eno na emasa ensohwe emu nsem bi se bi epie abonten a enam so ama won ensohwe a wo three papers ni bi wo ho no ma sesi ada watwam a wode ahye ba bi fofra obetro na owura ne din ene Victor Bro no ne da legal affairs ano ewo waye ke honom edi nsem bi sei eneto Adom kase anim
na mpem bebre no ye de na akwaye se ebi mo ho a etimi ma cyber security for edi juma won ho ebi nso ho a especially se eba no WhatsApp ne nema na akoba ne se emre mu no se ye fa ekwan bi so na ye yosa ebi krampo ho a na ye pese ye hu WhatsApp chese ne fareba baby anentene no baby awo obon se security phone be catch us say ya na den se obetimi ahwehwe mu akohu ne ntren baby awo no nti eno ye boni be kan se challenge a ye neno edi aprepre
wakase wiye ena George Hene Mante a ono eno ye head of test administration enso ede ne de eka ho bi se sesi ada apo a omanfo ede tro ensohwe no eya ade a eha omopa ne senti efutu ode ma awofo ne se wona aya no wo pese wokoto apo ema wo ma ede tro ensohwe no wonya sa ade no esanse omama waye kefo adwuma wo ye no wo bre pa
bi edweso senior high technical school obi anim se wo edweso ena tepa senior high school enso tepa ena yeji sektek ewo yeji ena Christ the King senior high school ewo boase ena modern senior high school opom ena oyoku methodist school enu kofodi anche ho baby na wo. It's like the society itself accommodate this practice. That's why it is thriving. Intino na ye tu omofo say e pa say be ya omonso I mean exam no my Ghana my nyina
so na Ghana Statistical Service mpanifo se kwia ana agrek no aboyen ama Ghana yen GDP no akonanim ohamunchemu num Adom TV kase etwaso
Government statistician Professor Samuel Kobna enim ekasa won semtwerefo nhyiamu a Ghana Statistical Service eye ase ena oditu dwa se sesei omani sika ekononim ni nyina ejina afare adwuma ekoso ewo mayimo esanse wonum ede ohamuchichemu aduonu nan eneka omani no esikasam enwo okiremu se wo agricultural sector nim no ohamuchichemu miensa ene enkono a omani sikasam enwo ye ni nyina no eno ne fakase na ede omani sikasam ejina yie ne senti ewo se empanifo ede hyehyeye egu akwamu a saa omani no efa no otimi ete wani ehwe ne yie sebeye a enema ewuhi a wonum de bedi dwuma no so obetimi aye ede ama wo mu.
From the sectoral point of view, quarterly GDP for the agriculture sector indicates that fishing saw the highest year-on-year change of about 24% relative to the other sectors that did not match up to that percentage year-on-year change. It must be put on record that the share of crops is 81.4%, of which cocoa contributes 5.6%, and that also saw a year-on-year change. And also we see livestock recording a percentage share of 7.5% relative to forestry and logging recording 5.6%. It's these subsectors that contributed to a growth rate of 5.5% for the agricultural sector. Within the industry sector, we see a contraction in the mining and quarrying subsector, specifically the mining and quarrying subsector contracted by 18.9%, of which oil and gas contracted by 10%. The share of mining and quarrying is about a third within the industry sector relative to water and sewage that saw the highest growth with a relatively smaller share of 2.4%. The industry subsector, unlike services, saw a contraction by 4.3%, with services and agriculture respectively growing at 11.0% and 5.5%. So the 3.9 percentage growth rate that we saw in the second quarter of 2021 was largely driven by the services sector, followed by the agricultural sector. Quarter-on-quarter GDP growth rate seasonally adjusted stood at 0.9%, which means that between the first quarter of 2021 and the second quarter of 2021, the economy grew by 0.9%, and this compares with 0.8% that was recorded in the last quarter of 2020 relative to the first quarter of 2021.
NDC amanyo kono krabata ya wasante mantemo sakane mampani John Mahama some kan do or die ne de ahye won mu putu papa titu ne grassroots no ye wo asante mantemo na asem we kan ye Ghana de hye ni nku ahodo akasa de atia denso ni nyina mu no wonte so dogo bi enu aba wo hunu ne se eno na beboa won na mfie de ye ni me beto aba no obegina so de ye won campaign obi de hye ofori amanfo etwaso.
Victory of the NDC is coming.
Ghana for Fabinum Pinoa and Eshenimu say, Mampainta da John Dramani Mama and some can see do or die no, and ka obetri assign. Nanso obepim ewa santimantemu NDC amanyukuni famwa. One day to Jachemu say, Asama Mampani Kayani a dear beer, a show more than a pan. Dreamteni Edima NDC amanyukuno ewa santimantemu, Augustine and Aquasidia to Jachemu say. Among whom are sorry as a film pin no on the concording at the dinconim ewa santimantimwa.
Asama Okaino, a giant. It's a few airport, a copy of Betuaba, Nayamia Duma, what's by Benino, and you do or die.
Everyone painted that John Dramani Mahama and a thank you to be Pimo Santimantimuano. And when you forward a can buy and or noa, ewa GDA say, and film pin nai abatuono. Epeko ye ediama NDC amanyukuno.
The shall say any thank you toy. Me who mrea nia bronifreno moral ewo party mu ewo srose. The record in the region is unparalleled. You have invested heavily in infrastructure. We saw massive road developments under your tenure. We saw hospitals being constructed under your tenure. You made the single most expensive capital investment in Asante Mine, KJT market. Asante Mine has come to a singular conclusion that there cannot be any better Messiah aside His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and we are hopeful that in the year 2024, Asante region will deliver its vote unto you.
Rasebe Germany at Madeshia was Asante Mantemu, around Takamu Barak at the Atubia Chim say, I won't be here as a polling station officers. I would do a show my batuosono. Omrombe Fanti Timu a say a fata. Oh, Gidiama Passe, say a conversation between me afar, and could be my pabi to me a coso ediam Vimpino and a Dunai Abatunim.
Because of electoral commission, Yoma Modi Tutu Yaquamenti, Tempian and no more. Emma yena ye urefi se e wo se ye training ye polling agent ye ti ye ni na aka bosumi menu to election time no started. It was too late. Said there is excellency kan no do or die no sabio wo kwa police station no na we ni obi a wo nimdie obi a wo kukuduro obi a wa boabo ho so obe agent a wo be do no the same thing na be sa sibio enti sra na yesre mu na mo hwe consensus no mo ma ye start in term. Yes, starting tema. Me sure say definitely 2024. MPP ankasa ombo hu say asantimemo ye ni abere pa.
Obi deshie ofori amanfo di amanboy efri asantimantemu Kumase.
Yakwa bani aba behwa pomodin adwadie enensem enkaye. Yada sepa ya samu akwa bi me Adom TV kase. Ye du so yen hwese de apomuden mu nsam etie. Suku mofra na covid nimu ye den pa wotiti fie num ni ade ebesua de. Yenhia de yakofa anyinsen no. Nyame adom wawo afo ho afo womba amane ya me kase won masa hye. Suku ase ewo tachiman wobuno east mantam nimo Adom kase edeba.
Na COVID-19 ya no tu etese e wo man Ghana mu a nam so e mo man panyin e de lockdown eto miamia binom so no e man ya binom a wonom mfie no efiri mfie du miensa e de kopem mfie du nson e na wonom fa efuru ye no hunti no wonom antimi anto a wonom adesua so a wobetena afi assistant headmaster Owojako community day school ye Waterchiman Stephen Adobedi Akon e de atuja se e man yo bi a wonom e ya adesuafo e wonom school mu honom e na wonom asen aba school mu a woni wo mensia ena aba wo ba betua wonom adesua so
covid era no ye break ye no ye reason ye no che say on ba e na omonyam omo de anyinsen ba school all right koduru say awo e bai omo wie so omo san bai na omo to omo adesua so break time bia omo ko ba ko de na ne mame de akola no ba main entrance na akola na hia no na wakonom bakoso ni fie kwan hyedanwa ena oni obi a obetimi di no aba school munti no ono oye fast orashiko fie break bia ema akwala no na ye problem kakra ye nya ni se enam santi no time bia eya break obekwa ama akwala no obeba no na wa elite
Dana Boache Checheni ewo SDA SHS Waterchiman no so kire mu se eduru bra wonom esua de a ya na eyo haw kese pa esan se ya na wose enkodai epie free classroom wa bra wo kira de se na bia obetimi akwakohwe wonom ma no
sorry am ba yare e dey agye me back to hospital e dey ogye me ba no oni fie entimi na akora ne ho ma e ba so wo school sam no enkoye obo so be kra se me ko fie akoma me ba no bia first grade and second grade okwa omebi obeba so omantam obeba na lessons ni bebre ya yawie
Techiman Mensini coordinator Emma Girl Child Education Ellen White and so the to just say
she said before San Kwalani baby school no ye launch a campaign bia near friend back to school get back to school campaign. The target was to bring all our students back, but now ye knew ye mama and so park see ye. Once a COVID ne kofa problems be brave by into now ye mama ni be brave or my feel.
Awufo bi nso de adesrede to achechefo no animu se sanse wonom ena wotu adesuafo no fo a wotie no wonfa futu osronko emma emmema no so
obitimi ka jira bonti san awante ti ubaye wonim batete na nka wonko fa we ba na nka mpanfo no mudi ka no ade na nka omko enyanyame ene tete ba na yenso ye de aka ntimi sre ye ma no sumoti an mutumu ntie bi da bia mama ye di atem mesre mo ala
emma yiwa ni bia wonom awu afom ho afom ma wonom asen akọ school mu biom no
Yenhwe sade adwade mu nsam atieku a wondindi Traders Advocacy Group Ghana e de womo de to aban nanim se de ne mekeka kro no de nkebe ya Ghana fo a womo edi dwa mechere retail de de aban hye wono masere hye womo afunum ebi se womo ne ahokwo kon no de aya agensere pia ne sa ti se be yo mbe yenkunim difo no adwuma bekoso no aban enso wono masere
Da Traders Advocacy Group Ghana wo twa ne tie friend attack kojo amoaten ene ensamtrofo nkita hodie mu no ena wode tu dwa se wono ma hwe hunu se anamo aban etuo se wode betu wono ma ofie amanfoforo so edi dwa ewo man mu no efri o man mu no enya ade a watimi aduru hu ne kasa ye mu no ena wokoso a ekire mu se sese ya African Continental Free Trade Area no o man Ghana achiese ne nice no ehu hia sempo wone adwadifo a wonom efi ebibia man ahodo so edi dwa ewo man mu no ebetwe manso
se yehwe abra entokwa eda Ghana ne foreigners, especially foreigners in retail sector no mu a aban ye hu epepa bia wa aban no mu se waye na adwen se opese wo yes adwuma na ne adwadifo nam Traders Advocacy Group Ghana e ka kire Ghana aban se wonye ready se obepam ahoho na wonye ready se obema ahoho na di Ghana mra so dia nani aye kan say emra so say aban na epe esika papa bi ma edwadifo sika omo betimi di aye adwuma na aye te oman mu na edwadifo kobobosi a obo 25% ebe basai na Ghana edwadifo etimi ne saa foreigners ya omo yedwamu a compete eti ni aya kan say Ghana abra continental free trade area na ya GSC ye na so yide ebe den and I say to be unwise say we see Africa nyina medidwa wo krum na afi obe sorry tia some Africa countries yen traders advocacy group yen gindi say ya de a nyansa wo nemum ne ebe ma Ghana dwadifo so ho ato wo mo ne say aban ne be pe bosia interest rate a form and by so doing I think say Ghanaian businessmen and women they have the capacity to compete with those foreigners.
Kodwa Moating esan so editor just say Traders Advocacy Group Ghana no wonum ewokuo ma bebro empem nsia ya wonum nyina no watworo wondin a won ho nkrata nyina e wonum aso ye enu nti se kobasa aban e wobosia bi a wode bedom adwadifo a enkoba se wode bosia na amadwadini bi na afei ebedu bra wo pedwadini na amana ba betu eska no na afei wo hu no
oba Traders Advocacy Group a baby bia ye dwadini wo bia no ye ni baby o because ye wo a robust software ye tumi one okoje bosia e wo banga enema mienu a bank no kosopa se o mba hwehwemu ye eye borrower traceability and borrower identity of which Traders Advocacy Group ye na baby adwadini ni wo bia no ye behu edisa aban se ne wonya $100 million wonya $500 million na ye nchema adwadifo a import Traders Advocacy Group Ghana you have the capacity to disburse that funds.
They do so ye akudie mo nsa America se do body etoso.
Yasamu Akwaba, Yentwaso wo agudi nsemo ya shasia fi the senior national soccer team the Black Stars of Ghana na coach Sikia kono koye hwan ena ebe coach nhwehwemo ne hu na wiemo ba ne se Milovan Rivers coach a ode yakọ 2010 World Cup ana ne din edi animu se o take over from CK Akono egusu di akire ebe pie bia no yere honsam ebe bro na yenko pie mo wo aye Eastern region na Middle League ekoso na Okwa United ne kwa bi brem na de pem so ba na wi yentokwa pupo ya mwanwe
Eastern Region Division 2 Middle League matcha Okwa United ene kwa bi brem United de pem so e wadaw no antumi amana wiye sane nhyehyɛ no na ɛteɛ no abra Okwa United supporters ATC Park ne so tata referee na ogina kansie ni mo ɛyɛ Emmanuel Kofi Agudavi ɛsɛ referee agye penalty ɛteɛ omo team no a wɔn dwe ho a they can't think far was second half ni mo abra na Okwa United lead 1-0 no referee bona ben agye penalty a fans no esusu sɛ emu owram match no de antoa so enti ye watwen mu hwe ne mpanifo beka so mo besan bo so mo nsan emo
Menel say Black Queens of Ghana one more ejina kono ewo Aisha Buhari Cup mo Nigeria o my training coach Mercy Kwakutego was in an abre pese Ghana edinkunim
Eya kansia Nigeria man wa hyehye bo e de ahye omoma mpanin yire animonyam e na omo ato nsa afra Black Queens se omo meka aman enum aka ho na omo mfa enhyehye so Aisha Buhari Cup yi Ghana wo group B womo ne Cameroon ene South Africa and host nation Nigeria ene Morocco ni Mali so e wo group A Ghana Black Queens aye omo first training e wo Lagos coach Mercy Kwakutego e de mayra no e fa training ahodo mu tenten omo mpomu suisua tatesa ahodo a betumi adinkunim adiama my Ghana.
I think you've seen what the team that have paraded, and these are the people you are going to see during that. Unfortunately, we are here for Aisha Buhari Cup, so I'm not going to talk about any other thing than Aisha Buhari Cup. It means a lot because Nigeria is our sisters.
Bible Sumini and a coach Mercy Kwakutego and a Mario Yaye Ahusisi Amasa Kensi. Ebetumi aboa mo asiesi omo ho ama AFCON qualifiers a enche ebe hyase ewa bibre mu hanu
abusia hegyina no so na nyumere so yemfa ensi afia makwata makloto aso kejwa nangasa ne Erica Siedo body
yehwe ni gidie mo nsam Florence obinum ye odwomtuni ne wose nyame asam kanso ɛda na koma so pa nti no wɔn fa nwomo ma no nyame asɛm so yade ano wɔka ɛno so ne ebegyina na Adom TV kaseɛ ne yade asie me din afia
so no ɛwade de teachings Bible mu nkyerɛkyerɛ aka ho ɛka ho dada nti na enwom na nansa me focus na me hwɛ enwom no kyɛn eno but eduru me bi na me hu sɛ ɛsɛ me ba no so na nyankopɔn ma enu nti wɔde ma me no mo so nya ti bishop ye ne sɛ ɔkɔte asɔre wɔ Spain ama me